Today I want to show y'all 7 things that y'all did not know about Dynasty College Football 26. And I know you're probably thinking you know every single thing about this game. I promise you, it's going to be one, probably 2 things in this video that you will learn, man. This video is going to go into detail about some stuff that is super rare and interesting about this game. If y'all enjoyed this content, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all boys. Check out the ebook membership link in the description. Let's hop in. The first thing I want to show you guys that a lot of y'all probably do not know about. So you have to do this from the main menu. If you come over here to settings, game settings, and you just go down, you can put coach mode on in your dynasty. You can 100% put coach mode on where you're able to call the plays and have the CPU act the play out, if that makes sense. We have, simulation, we have slow sim where you could just watch how to play or watch a team play the game, and I'll show y'all that also. But come over here, auto passing is the feature you want to put on. It starts off. If you put it on, you're able to essentially, like I said, call the plays and have the CPU actually take control of the players, and you're just calling the play as a coach. So it's really true coach mode. But keep in mind, if you do put this on for a dynasty, it's going to go on for all your game modes. So only do this when you're about to go play Dynasty. If you're only a Dynasty player, you have nothing to worry about anyway. So I just hopped into a random game. I just want to show you what slow sim is and then how to use this coach mode, so to say. So normal sim, fast sim, you're probably familiar with that. It's just sim in the game. Slow sim allows you to just watch the game. You're not having any influence when you're slow simming. But let's go ahead to jump ahead, and let's do next quarter, and then we'll just get to watch the game from this camera angle. This is going to be a slow sim. Now I want to show you what coach mode is here. So we have the option to call any play we want in the playbook, and let's just call a play, man. And all we have to do is call the play and then hike the ball, and I'm going to show y'all my controller, man. I'm going to press X to hike the ball, and then the CPU will take over and actually pass the ball or run the ball. As long as you don't press anything with your controller, the CPU will 100% take over. And once again, let's call a run play this time. I hit X, hand off the controller, and you'll be able to see that as long as we hike the ball, we do have to hike the ball, hike it, and the CPU will run the ball, they'll do juke moves, and they'll do everything, break tackles. They will 100% play the game as long as you don't control it, man. This time we'll call this square play. That's going to be a pass play. We can look at the route. We can even make audibles. We could do, whatever we want. But once we hit X, the CPU will, take over. So this 100% is coach mode. And a lot of guys had no idea this is in the game. And some of you guys might not even care, man. A lot of you guys might not even want to play like this, but it gives you an option. If you're a sim guy and you want to sim games, well, you also have the option to just be the coach for a game, which I think is pretty cool. It also works the same way on defense. My suggestion would be on the defensive line, and just don't press anything when you're on the defensive line, and the CPU will control it. The next thing I want to show you guys that you do not know about is this website, Grind Labs, man. This website allows you to pretty much use AI to help you with Dynasty, man. Use AI. You could use it for calling plays, figuring out what type coverage you want to run, what type players you should recruit, what type players you should start. If you want to have a high power offense, well, guess what? If you come over to the chat feature, then start a new conversation, you get this screen right here where you get the option to ask different questions. You have preset popular questions, and if you want to ask your own question, you could do that as well. There's also a film room option where you can upload a video and it will break it down if you so choose. And probably my favorite feature to this website is probably create a dynasty, where you could essentially use this website as a dynasty tracker here, man. So you go create your dynasty. You could choose what team, what conference, what school you're at, choose your playbook, what type of play style you want to run. You kind of pick a little bit of everything, where you're starting off as, and we're just going to choose LSU, spread offense starting 2025, and let's do week 3. And we're just going to create our dynasty. Here you're able to kind of build the blueprint of your dynasty. So we want to do a high tempo offense, offensive strength. We have a veteran quarterback with 3 good receivers, and you kind of go through, answer all these questions. It even has like, what are your season goals? It has a little bit of everything. Asks about your recruiting class, what you're looking for with that. It also has the option where you could say your whole entire schedule for the year. Also your wins and losses if you're starting in the middle of your dynasty as well. And after that, it will allow you to generate your dynasty where you could go to your roster and you could literally add every single player from your roster here, man. And it's just another way to look at your team. And then you could also add your recruiting class, the guys you're going after, also your schedule. You could add all of this stuff, the trophies. And it's another way. A lot of people like to use a dynasty tracker. This is a better way to do just that. Shout out to the boys over at Grind Lab for sponsoring this video, the first video sponsor of the channel, man. I appreciate y'all boys. Check them out. It will be the first link down in the description, and there's more to come. We'll still be working together with Grind Labs to help better your dynasty experience. Next on my list is going to be this school facilities grade. Athletic facilities is the proper name of it. This has a little impact on how well your players progress. When they dropped the deep dive on Dynasty, it was mentioned in there. Unfortunately, it's nowhere mentioned, at least I couldn't find it. It's nowhere mentioned in the actual game. On this screen, it don't mention it whatsoever. It do say how you're able to increase your athletic facilities grade is to increase all the other grades. That's how. Just one more essentially is what it is. But as your school prestige go up, your athletic facilities will slowly start to increase, man. It's one of the tougher ones to get to go up, but you can increase athletic facilities, and it all will start from just winning games. So I brought up the College Football 26 deep dive that came out before the game came out, so we could read through it. So last year, this is what the article said. Lastly, your school athletic facilities grade in my school now increases the amount of progression your players receive. No different than in the real world, where schools with the best sports performance and nutrition programs seamlessly perform at a higher level than the rest. The higher your athletic facility grade is, the bigger your players' progression boost will be. So athletic facilities, the better program you're at, the better your athletic facilities, the better your school progression is. Now, how big is the difference? We don't know. We don't know. It's like I said, it's not even mentioned in the video game. So a lot of you guys probably didn't know that. A lot of you guys probably did because y'all are locked in. But another feature in the game you may not know about. Next, I want to show you how to bring in more than 35 players in one class. This is cheesy, maybe, but honestly, I think it should be like this anyway. I think you should be able to bring in more than 35 players. We just did my Purdue Dynasty. Check out Purdue series also. And in this Dynasty, we needed to bring in more than 35. We brought in a full 35 class, and we still only had 73 players, 72 players on roster. We're still understaffed. Man, we need to bring in more than 35, but the game doesn't let us. So it's a workaround here, man. So if you try to remove the player by holding triangle on a guy that's already committed, you cannot. We're also at the transfer portal at this point, so we cannot bring in any more guys, or we can't remove these guys, and we can't add any more guys. We got a couple transfers right here. So we come over here to the prospect list. We can see a bunch of these 4 stars we already have committed to the program. What if we remove all of them? What if we remove all of them? Let's do it. Let's do it. They're all already committed, but we remove all of these guys. We will have a bunch of roster spots or recruiting spots open to bring in more guys. So let's do just that. So we down to 13 players, and we could remove these 5 stars as well, man. Let's go ahead and remove everyone and see what happens, man. You'll see that even after removing all of the players we have committed, we could go get more players. Like, it's just, I don't know why it's like that, but we can. We just go get more players. For example, this guy right here, he's not committed anywhere. He's a 5-star, but he don't even have a scholarship offer. This is one of them 5 stars that will end up going absolutely nowhere if we didn't come in and grab him. So we'll also go after this 5-star here. It looks like he doesn't have a home. And then let's go after some more 3 stars. I mean, let's just get some random 3 stars, some guys that we're number 1 on. We're probably going to get them to commit pretty easy. And we could just go ahead and fill up our class with this if we want to. Like we could just we go crazy and bring in more guys. You could also get some transfers. You could bring in a bunch of transfers also. Now let's go ahead and offer all these guys scholarships, and then we'll also go ahead and we'll put hours in. We'll max out hours as well. Actually, I decided to reduce that number to 10 additional high school guys. So in total, our high school class should be at 39 because we already had 29 high school commits. So our entire class should be, high school guys should be at 39, and that's not even including these transfer guys we're going after as well. And let's just make sure we're maxing out hours for them. We might get them, might not. Not a big deal. We're not really worried about those guys. So I just simmed to National Signing Day, and we didn't get everyone. Like these transfers, we didn't get these guys. That's fine. I wasn't really worried about the transfers. I was really worried about the high school guys. And we missed out on, it seems like, one of the high school guys at least. So, yeah, we missed out on one of the high school guys. So we should have a total of 38 high school guys in our class. And we could go ahead and look at the prospect list. And we could look at, some of these 4-stars that was committed, and also 5-stars that was committed, and see if they're still a part of our class, even not having it. Like, he don't have a scholarship offer, but it says signed. Shaq Newton is his name. He don't have a scholarship, but he signed to Georgia. Same here. He's not on our recruiting board, but we signed them early on. Same with some of these other guys. We signed them. We just removed them from the board. Now, if you come over to look at, when you look at position changes, they're not going to show up on the team right now. Like just straight up freshmen, we should just have 9. It's going to be the 9 that we just signed. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's the 9 we just signed. Now, when we advance to the following season, that's when these guys should pop up. The guys that is not in our recruiting class, but we signed early on and removed them. So we advanced to the following year, and all the guys that we pretty much added to the board or really removed from the board to go after the other guys, they're all here. All of them. The 5-stars are all here. They're all here, man. All of our guys. Now, one thing to note, I believe you need to make sure you have enough roster spots. So if you sign a 45-person class, but you don't have enough roster spots for that, so when you hit that, encourage the transfer, you got to make guys transfer, because I believe the new guys, the guys we just signed, some of these guys didn't make our roster because our roster was too full. So keep that in mind. The original guys you signed will still be there, but some of the newer guys I'm noticing did not make it through, and I believe that's the reason why. So just keep that in mind. You might not want to go overboard and go sign 45 players. Maybe go sign 37, 38, so you're not cutting the crazy amount of guys. But it's not going to be that many situations where you want to over recruit. Maybe year 1, year 2 in the program, but a lot of times you want to probably bring in around 20 to 25 guys, so you're not cutting a crazy amount every single year. Another use case, if you bring in a player, you hit early National Signing Day, you see a guy has normal development, he might be a normal development 3-star player, you could go ahead and remove him and go after another guy. He still will end up on your roster, but if you remove him, you could bring in another guy and not have him just take up wasted space. You can at least bring in someone else with him. Next, I want to show you the double soft sell method, man. I want to show you when you could use this. So our guy right here, we're in 2nd place. It's going to be a close recruitment. We do not know his motivations to pretty much be able to hard sell him. So in this situation, we will have to guess. It will be a 50-50 guess. It's 2 options here, man. It'll be a 50-50 guess. It's either this option or it's going to be this option right here. So let's just say it's a 50-50 guess. If we use the deal breaker, we will be able to determine, but let's just say it's a 50-50 guess. What you can do is the double soft sell option, man. So just put the soft sell on, and then you could come back in and you could put a soft sell on for the other option. So you can't soft sell the same exact thing twice, but you could put a soft sell on for the other option if you're guessing in between 2. Now, the thing about it is the soft sell, you don't really get a penalty for guessing wrong. Not as big of a penalty as the hard sell. That's why it's the difference, soft and hard sell. Now, don't get me wrong. The best option in the game is the hard sell. So if you do know the option, you want a hard sell, but this is good when you're guessing between two options, man. So use this. This is better than sending the house. You know, this double soft sell is going to be a better option than actually sending the house. And then you do this for 1 week, and then the following week you actually get to see what his hard sell actually is, and then you can proceed. This is probably most useful in the transfer portal. Y'all know in the transfer portal, so many guys start off in the open stage, and you have no idea like what their hard sell is. You have no idea. And oftentimes, you can't even hard sell guys in the transfer portal because, like I said, you just never find out. And or by the time like you confirm, oh, this is his proper hard sell, everything finally aligns, so I can now see it, is week 4, week 3 in the transfer portal. So if you do this method, it puts you in a far better spot. Far better spot. I mean, just look how much motivation we gained. So we jumped up to first place. And we put this double soft sell on for 2 guys. We put it on for this guy right here, but now we know Gamer is his proper hard sell. We could put the hard sell on. The hard sell is still going to be the better option in my opinion. But if you could double soft sell, phenomenal. Do it. Definitely do it, man. And we did the double soft sell for this guy as well. And look how much we jumped up. Just look how much we jumped up, man. Obviously, we're Georgia, a great program. But also, don't sleep on the hard sell and the soft sell option, man. If you able to unlock 60 hours, 65 hours, definitely explore it, man. Especially if you have the grades. Soft sell and the hard sell combo. Obviously, for the hard sell, you will want to put the clock it on, which is, his proper sell. But for this guy, we're going to put 50 hours in. So any guy you have 60, like this guy, we have 60 hours in. We could potentially do a hard and soft sell option if we so choose. And the double soft sell is something the CPU does all the time in auto recruiting, man. They just do it all the time in auto recruiting. It's a very, very good option. A lot of guys probably don't even know about it. Next, and we'll keep this one super quick because I believe I covered this a few times on the channel. Try to avoid playing guys out of position, especially like on the O-line. If you just, auto set your depth chart, they usually just put your best lineman at left tackle situation here, or your best tackle, I should say, at left tackle. So our best tackle is the right tackle, and they move him over to the left side of the line, but he don't have the mental ability team player. So the way it works is he's going to receive a small, it may only be a couple, attributes, whether it's like -2 awareness. We don't get to see what that loss is. That's the issue. We don't see how much attributes he lose for playing out of position, but we know players do lose attributes. Like this guy right here, he has the team player ability, so when you play him out of position, he's going to be fine. He's not going to lose as many attributes, and it's really not going to be as noticeable. So if you notice your O-line is really playing trash, check this. Your whole O-line just might be playing out of position, and that could be causing, like for example here, they put the left guard or the right guard starting at left guard. But fortunately he do have the team player ability. Now my right guard is also a right guard, so that's good. You just want to have the proper guys starting at the proper position as much as you can. Same with D-line. They sometimes like to move guys out of position. Just try to avoid it unless you have a guy like this with team player. It's just a small detail that, could pay off. Last thing is you can do a profile delete if you so choose, man. You could come over here to your profile and delete your profile, and it should not delete any dynasties, man. It's not going to delete any dynasties, but it will reset your profile. If you feel like gameplay got a little janky, or your dynasty is not playing the same, try a profile delete. I heard it does good things, man. Just try it if you feel like the game is not as good, not as enjoyable. Like I said, gameplay got a little weird on you or whatever. Try it. Profile delete. Create a new profile. Like I said, it's not going to touch any of your rosters, any of your playbooks, any of your dynasties, and any of your sliders. It's just your profile. You see, all this stuff is separate. So you're going to be good for your road to glory, whatever, your team builders. Try profile delete if you so choose. I'm currently liking the way my gameplay is, so I'm not going to delete my profile, but like I said, it's an option if you feel like your thing has changed or got janky. That is all I got for y'all boys today, man. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the ebook down below. Also check out Grind Labs. Also, it is free, $99 for you to use their website right now, so go check it out. Other than that, we're on to the next one.